I'm going to say the page 65.
Okay.
Chapter 8, the future. It is impossible to say what the internet will be like in the future or how it will change our lives. Just 10 years ago, very few people had heard of it. Now, it is nearly as common and useful as the telephone. As more and more people use the internet, as it becomes cheaper and faster and easier to use, there will be new things on the internet that we cannot imagine today. But perhaps some of the more surprising things that have happened recently can give us a taste of the future. Anyone can report on the world. Using just a cheap PC, Matt Drudge nearly ended the career of US President Bill Clinton. Many other journalists at big news organizations knew about the possibility of a sexual relationship between Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. They chose not to report it. Matt Drudge did not work for anyone, but he wrote the story and put it on the internet. Soon, 1 million people a day were looking at his website. Matt Drudge believes that traditional journalists are too friendly with the people they write about. Now, with the internet, the future belongs to ordinary people with a story to tell.
Excellent.
And the next, I'm going to tell the page 66, Internet Crime. Vladimir Levin worked for a computer firm in St. Petersburg, Russia. From there, using the internet, he was able to break into the city banks in the USA. He moved more than $10 million to other banks all over the world. Most of the world's money is now stored in computers, in the internet. Clever criminals are likely to use computers, and the internet, not guns to steal it. Free software. Today, most operating systems are the work of hundreds of programmers, and they can cost thousands of dollars. In 1991, Linus Torvalds wrote an operating system alone, and he gave it away. Now, with the help of many other programmers who work together in the internet, his Linux system has grown into a serious rival of the products of the industry leader, Microsoft. It costs almost nothing to deliver software over the internet. If programmers are willing to give the work away, and if the programs are as good as their commercial rivals, the days of paying for software could soon be over. Computers wars. India and Pakistan have twice fought wars over Kashmir. In 1999, the battle took a new form when the Indian Army website was taken over. The content of the site was removed, and a story of crimes by the army against ordinary Kashmiris were put there instead. As the internet becomes increasingly important to governments, it also becomes a stage for people who oppose them. The information wars of the future may be fought on websites.
Excellent. Yes.
I'm the next, and I am going to tell the final part. Sex.
Sex.
In 1985, Time magazine's cover showed a young child looking at sex pictures on the internet. The story said that 83% of the news part of the internet was being used to exchange sex pictures. In fact, this was not true. And there are many ways for parents to prevent their children from seeing anything on the internet that the parents do not like. But it is true, like photography, cinema, and video before it, the internet is growing partly because it is a way for people to find sex material that they cannot obtain in any other way. Go to work on the internet. In Bangalore, India, thousands of computer programmers work while their US bosses are asleep. At the end of the day, in Cologne, Germany, engineers send the designs of new cars to their colleagues in Dearborn, USA, who continue the work. In the future, the place where you live may become less important than who you are and what you can do. Are we alone in the universe? The project SETI searches for radio messages sent by intelligent life from other planets. It looks at radio waves from every part of the sky, searching for a pattern that means that another form of life is broadcasting. But the problem is that there are many hundreds of millions of possible messages and many fewer mainframes to examine them. David Anderson of Berkeley University has an answer. His project, called SETI at Home, sends data to tens of thousands of home computers over the internet. A program works in the background when your computer is not doing anything else and looks for a message in the data. So the first contact with creatures from other worlds could happen on your PC.
That's
all.
it. Thanks.